In ancient times, in a land of rolling hills and wide, green pastures, people lived a life closely connected to the land. Shepherds were a common sight, tending to their flocks. Their days were spent caring for sheep, which provided much of what families needed to live and thrive. This setting is where our story begins, in a simple world where the well-being of animals was a central part of daily existence. During those days, life for many centered around their animals, especially sheep. Flocks were not just groups of animals. They were a family's livelihood and often their entire wealth. Before the main events of our story, shepherds spent their lives guiding their sheep to the best grazing spots, making sure they had fresh water, and protecting them from any harm. It was a dedicated and constant effort to keep every single sheep safe and accounted for, every day and night. Our main character in this story is a shepherd. He was a kind and watchful man whose life revolved around his flock. He knew each of his sheep individually, recognizing their unique qualities and habits. His daily routine involved waking with the sun, leading his sheep out to pasture, and carefully watching over them as they grazed. He made sure they were fed, watered, and protected, fulfilling his role with great care and attention to every animal under his watch. On one particular day, the shepherd had a flock of 100 sheep. They were all together, grazing peacefully in a familiar field under the bright sun. The scene was calm and orderly. The sheep were comfortable, moving slowly across the grass, and the shepherd felt a sense of peace as he observed them. Everything seemed stable and familiar, just as it had been for many days, with all the sheep safely accounted for within the shepherd's sight. As the day began to draw to a close and the shepherd prepared to gather his flock, he counted his sheep, as was his custom. To his surprise and concern, he discovered that one of his sheep was missing. It had wandered away from the safety of the group. The shepherd knew immediately that one of his 100 precious sheep was now lost and alone, prompting him to take action. Without hesitation, the shepherd decided what he must do. He could not leave a single sheep to fend for itself. So, he carefully placed the 99 sheep that were safe in a secure and known location, perhaps a protected fold or a well-guarded part of the pasture. Then, he immediately set off to search for the one sheep that had strayed, beginning his journey into the vast landscape. The search for the lost sheep was a difficult undertaking. The terrain was rough and uneven, with steep hillsides, rocky paths, and thick, thorny bushes that could hide a small sheep. The weather could be unpredictable, and the daylight was fading. The shepherd faced the challenge of searching a wide area for one small creature, knowing that every moment counted and that the lost sheep could be in danger or feel scared. After a determined and careful search, moving over many miles and through various landscapes, the shepherd finally experienced a key turning point. In the distance, he saw a small figure, and as he drew closer, he realized it was the lost sheep. It was alone, far from the flock, but now it was within his sight. This moment marked the end of the search and the beginning of the return to safety. With the lost sheep found, the shepherd felt a wave of happiness and relief. He gently approached the sheep, which was likely tired and confused. He carefully picked it up, cradling it in his arms, and then tenderly placed it upon his shoulders for the journey back. This loving gesture showed his immense joy and care for the animal he had sought so diligently. Upon returning to his home or to the main flock, the shepherd was so filled with happiness that he wanted to share it. He called together his friends and neighbors, inviting them to join in his celebration. He explained to them how he had lost one of his sheep and, after a long search, had found it. Everyone shared in his relief and happiness that the wandering sheep was now safely back with the rest of the flock. This story teaches us a simple but important lesson. Every single sheep, even just one out of 100, is extremely valuable and important to the shepherd. It shows that each individual life holds great worth and that care is extended to all, especially to those who might be lost or vulnerable. The shepherd's actions demonstrate a profound and unwavering commitment to the well-being of every single member of his flock. With the lost sheep now safely reunited with the others, the shepherd's flock was complete once more. All the sheep were together again, grazing peacefully under the watchful eye of their caring shepherd. The journey had ended, and a sense of calm and completeness settled over the pasture, reminding everyone of the value of each cherished life.